you know, with better customer service. You know, and I was available 24 hours with my customers. I used to leave my laptop open next to the bed with the speaker hooked up with the fucking volume on full. So if my ICQ chat went off, you know what I'm saying, I was up. Because I'm dealing with motherfuckers all over the world. I'm dealing with motherfuckers in China, Russia, South America, Switzerland. I was mailing cards all over the world. You know what I'm saying? So when I had to be available 24 hours a day, and I was. You know what I'm saying? Customer service was number one. You dig what I'm saying? And my product was number one. My product was better than everybody else's. I could look at a credit card and I could tell you what printer's being used. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you how their templates were designed. I mean, honestly, most of the cards I was getting weren't as good as mine. You know, sometimes the fucking print would be off or the embossing would be off. Something would be off. You dig what I'm saying? But with my shit, it looked like it came straight from the bank.
Going from buying the cards or, you know, doing your thing to actually making them yourself, like saying, man, fuck this. This is probably not enough for me.
Yeah.
You know, how long can I keep doing this? Like,
exactly.
What was the leap into actually manufacturing? Because you had to make an investment, I assume,
sure.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, you're exactly right. You know, what I was doing wasn't sustainable. You know what I mean? Like, I tried to figure out if it was going to be sustainable, and it just wasn't for any length of time. You know what I mean? Because of all the shit you had to do, you got to put your face on cameras. You know what I'm saying? And like, okay, put it this way. Let's say you have a good week and you hit every Walmart from West Palm Beach to Miami, all of them. You put them all in your GPS and you get all your cars lined up and you hit them all. You dig what I'm saying? You hit them all for laptops. You clean house. And then next week you do it all the Targets. And then the next week you do all the Best Buys. And then the next week you do all the Office Depots and then the fucking Staples. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, everywhere there's electronics. How many times can you keep doing that? You dig what I'm saying? Before the shit gets hot. So it's like that kind of model, that business model just isn't sustainable for any length of period of time. You know, so I had to figure out something different. You know what I'm saying? And then the next logical step was like, okay, well, I'm paying X amount of dollars for these cards. And I kind of figured, like, I'm kind of spending a lot of money on these cards, and so is everybody else. You dig what I'm saying? So I went ahead, I was like, okay, well, let me research what kind of equipment I'm gonna need and how much it's gonna cost to get into it. And I mean, that shit took me like 3 months of just scouring the internet every fucking night. You know what I'm saying? Looking for any little morsel of fucking fraudulent information I could find. You dig what I'm saying? Like any tutorial. I was reading fucking user manuals for fucking, I was downloading user manuals for different card printers to see if, you know what I mean? Like the specs, I could do what I wanted. And it was like a whole thing, you know what I'm saying? It took a while. It took like 3.5, 4 months to really even kind of get it figured out, to understand, you know, what kind of equipment I'm gonna need and, you know what I'm saying, all that shit. So, yeah, I mean, once I had all that figured out, then, you know, the next step was really just to try and build a product, try and make a usable product. Yeah.
So you get you find all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I imagine you got to buy the stuff now. So are you buying it with the cards that you usually use?
No, yeah. See, it wouldn't work that way. Yeah, so I mean, I had to get a loan actually from somebody I was fucking with, and they gave me like, you know, 10, 15K, and you know, so and then I had a little bit of money from carding, and I kind of just put all that money together. You dig what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, I need a $5,000 printer. You know what I'm saying? I need a $2,000 embosser. I need a $1,500 encoder. You know what I mean? Like, I need all this shit, and I just slowly started buying all the equipment. You know what I mean? Set it all up, get it all put together, and then you got to figure out how to print. Luckily for me, I went to the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale, and I got my graphic design. I got my associate's degree in graphic design. So I kind of already knew how to manipulate images and, you know what I'm saying, make the templates. And so that part was fucking easy. You dig what I'm saying? The hard part was getting the actual equipment set up and getting everything calibrated. Yeah.
You see that, kid? Stay in school. Stay in school. You feel me? You never know what will take you, you know?
Yeah.
So full circle, your skills from going to school, right?
Yeah.
Ended up getting you into this life, and you became like really good at it just because of that one skill, Photoshop or whatever it had to be.
It helped me. It did help me, you know. And then being, you know, savvy with computers and just kind of being a nerd, growing up being a nerd, you know what I'm saying? That kind of helped me too. Yeah.
All right. So now you're making these cards, you know. after you make them, you know, I'm sure you gotta like test them and you gotta encode, you gotta do all these different things to make them work.
Yeah.
Like, when did you know you had a product that was good, and then who are you gonna sell it to? Like, how do you?
The first thing I did, the first thing you got to do with anything is you just got to come up with a business model. Okay, and that's first of all, you got to come up with a business model. And once you come up with your business model, then you can kind of approach the game, you know what I mean, from whatever angle you're working. And my angle, my business model was, see, I had been buying cars for about a year and using them. So first of all, customer service was shit. You dig what I'm saying? You message a motherfucker about cars and he might get back to you in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? And then you might get the cards you fucking order from him. You dig what I'm saying? And so I was ordering from every vendor that I could find for over the past 2 years. You dig what I'm saying? So I knew all the vendors. I knew everybody that was selling cards. So this is what I did. I went ahead and I ordered cards from every single vendor, one card. And I got all of them in. You dig what I'm saying? I laid them all out and I was like, I need to make my cards. So I laid them all out and I figured like I need to make my cards better than all my competition. You know what I'm saying? Not only do you have to have a better product than the competition, you have to have better customer service skills than your competition. So my main goal was to put out a better product at a better price, you know, with better customer service. You know, and I was available 24 hours with my customers. I used to leave my laptop open next to the bed with the speaker hooked up with the fucking volume on full. So if my ICQ chat went off, you know what I'm saying, I was up. Because I'm dealing with motherfuckers all over the world. I'm dealing with motherfuckers in China, Russia, South America, Switzerland. I was mailing cards all over the world. You know what I'm saying? So when I had to be available 24 hours a day, and I was. You know what I'm saying? Customer service was number one. You dig what I'm saying? And my product was number one. My product was better than everybody else's. I could look at a credit card and I could tell you what printer's being used. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you how their templates were designed. I mean, honestly, most of the cards I was getting weren't as good as mine. You know, sometimes the fucking print would be off or the embossing would be off. Something would be off. You dig what I'm saying? But with my shit, it looked like it came straight from the bank. You dig what I'm saying?
Wow. So with all that being said, like, you basically, in technical terms, you reverse engineered.
I reverse engineered credit cards, and I also picked apart my competition, which that was the one thing I think that kind of lent it to my success. I credit all of my success to my business model. I really do, because if I wouldn't have had that business model, then I don't think I would have even been able to compete with anybody. You know what I mean? But since I approached it from that angle, it really, I mean, I put everybody out of business.